welcome to Auburndale Speedway. My name is Matt Nyer. I'll be your track announcer tonight, joined on the call by my good friend Steve Darlin and the man in the stands, Mr. Bobby Rowland, with us here tonight. And, well, Steve, we've got the World Figure 8 Tour in the house here tonight at Auburndale.
Nothing brings more of a crowd, nothing brings more excitement, and the smell of that alcohol passing through the X here at Auburndale Speedway.
Yep, we've got a star-studded field of Outlaw Figure 8 drivers in the house here tonight. Going to be going 100 laps, 200 trips through the intersection here at Auburndale Speedway. There you see them on your screen live on pitrow.tv. We've got them lined up and ready to go for qualifying. Qualifying set to begin here in just a few minutes for tonight's 100-lap main event. After qualifying, you're going to see a pair of heat races from our Crown Vic division. And then we'll bring these Outlaw Figure 8 cars out for an autograph session and then go right into their 100-lap main event. After the Outlaw Figure 8s tonight, you're going to see 30 laps of Crown Vic racing on the oval, and always popular school bus Figure 8s will close out the night here at Auburndale Speedway here in beautiful Winter Haven, Florida.
Yep, ambient temperature is 68 degrees, so a couple of our northern friends may be tuning in. And if you're wondering where Auburndale, Florida is, Winter Haven, Florida is, I basically always say, Matt, put your finger in the middle of Florida. That's basically where we are.
We're smack dab in the middle between Disney World and the Gulf.
So there's still plenty of time if you are in the grandstands. Oh, yeah, they're pulling in, lined up on Wrecker Highway. So we've got quite the crowd out here at Auburndale Speedway. Should be a good 50-50 night, too, as well. One lucky winner's going to go home with more than they came with.
Absolutely, which is, if you could leave a racetrack with more money than you came with, you've had a good night. So, yep, we've got a whole... Hello to everyone watching live on Facebook here with pitrow.tv. We are at Auburndale Speedway in Winter Haven, Florida for the World Figure 8 Tour. 100 laps tonight, 200 trips through the intersection for the greatest Figure 8 drivers in the world. Qualifying getting set to kick off. You'll be able to watch qualifying here live on Facebook, but after qualifying, you're going to need to subscribe to watch the rest of the broadcast. So make sure you head on over to pitrow.tv. That's pitrow.tv. Get signed up for...
Mainly just to, like, hey,
we're going to check in with a couple cars lining up on pit road. Got the marksman, Mark Tunny. Got that 3T lined up on pit road. Getting a couple words from him.
You just can't do that.
Mark Tunny, just coming off a big win last Saturday night over at Showtime Speedway. Picked up his 6th Southern World Finals victory. Mark Tunny is also the defending winner of the Speedrome 3-hour, a race he has won 4 times in his career. Mark Tunny, one of the most decorated Outlaw Figure 8 drivers in the country. Of course, Indianapolis, Indiana, home of the Indy Speedrome, the hub of pro Figure 8 racing. We got a whole bunch of Indy drivers in the house tonight. We've also got a good showing from the Florida locals. Going to try and see if they can steal one away from the Indy boys here tonight.
Yeah, Matt, when I'm behind the wheel here at Auburndale Speedway, a little bull ring here, I think it's tight racing here, but these drivers here are used to the Speedrome, which is even tighter quarters. So they've got plenty of experience. Gosh, yeah, got the Sean Moore jumping in behind the wheel of the K9 tonight. Good to see Sean make his way on over. Matt, you had the pleasure to spectate last week over at Showtime. Got able to do a little homework and prepare yourself for tonight. Pretty good show over there last week.
Yes, they had a great race, and we're looking lining up to have one here as well tonight at Auburndale. It is Sean Moore wheeling the K9 out of one of our locals out of Pinellas Park, Florida. Say hello to Joey and Randy Foote there from Leadfoot Race Products, one of our supporters of local short track racing. So good to see the Hound Hauler, as they call that bus. Always a fan favorite anywhere they bring that thing.
Right in front of him, Frank Moniz bringing his pro figure out, I believe the first time here at Auburndale Speedway, the 444. So,
yes, that is. I saw that car roll in earlier today. I was like, I wonder who that is. I know most of the Outlaw Figure 8 guys, and I was surprised to see that car roll in, but happy to have a new driver with us here tonight. The more the merrier, as always, when it comes to Figure 8 racing. Good-looking crowd tonight here at Auburndale Speedway. Love having the stands packed. I know we got a bunch of visitors from up north hanging out here enjoying the Florida sunshine, though this is a little chilly tonight for us Floridians, but still glad to see a packed house tonight. There's some Crown Vics back there in the pits. Got a good showing for the Crown Vics tonight as well, 2 heat races. And there is the trophy tonight for the winner of tonight's Winter Storm Series 100 for the World Figure 8 Tour.
Yeah, good to see Brian Pease back here at Auburndale Speedway, too, one of our employees there. Brian was in a bad car accident leaving Daytona, I believe, last year. So just on his road to recovery and making his way back here to Auburndale. So we appreciate him coming back, holding up the trophy there that somebody's going to be able to hoist high up in the sky later on tonight.
All right, we've got our concessions down here in the breezeway. All your racetrack favorites hot off the grill. You've also got ice-cold Pepsi products as well. Auburndale Speedway got quite the selection, all your racetrack favorites. Plus, they've got lots of stuff like banana pudding and things like that. Souvenir shop is open as well. Get your Auburndale Speedway swag.
Yep, got some hoodies on there, over there if you're get a little chilly later on tonight. One thing we do ask if you are in the grandstand to please not smoke out of courtesy of others.
Yes, as Bobby mentioned earlier, if you are smoking, we will assume you are on fire and put you out. There's a beer booth over here.
Beer and boiled peanuts.
Two racetrack favorites, beer and boiled peanuts. If you do choose to drink tonight, we ask you please do so responsibly and be respectful of everyone around you. Beer girls down there working hard.
Once again, we are just a few minutes away from got the rest of the cars getting lined up in the pit area. Got those fresh 4 American Racer tires put on. Going to count and see who's going to set fast time for tonight.
Yes, Mark Tunny set fast time earlier in practice. Him and Jeffrey Shackelford were swapping fast laps at the top of the board.
Yeah, I was watching Matt last night, that 28 machine. He's going to definitely be one to watch tonight, Shackelford. He dips off the track quite a bit, but that's what it takes sometimes, you know. Kick up a little dirt for your competitors and get the fast time, and is still in bounds. So.
Yep, Jeffrey Shackelford down here looking for some redemption after a couple years ago he had the lead at Showtime and got taken out in the intersection, so he's out trying to get himself a win in the Sunshine State. Jeffrey Shackelford, always a threat anywhere he goes in that number 28 machine.
See part of our production crew set up here. We've got cameras throughout the racetrack here. We've got them over in turn 1. We've got them over in turn 3. Got a couple cameras up here on the tower here. Oh, we've got an exit off-track camera as well. So,
absolutely. You will see some of the drivers hauling through. We saw them in practice earlier today, hauling through the corners, picking up that front tire going on 3 wheels. You know, Mark Tunny was doing it more than anybody, and he was the fastest driver in practice.
Yep, for sure. You'll see. You will see the drivers dip their tires right down there. It's a little bit different feel when you get your left side tires down there because I believe that's more concrete than asphalt. I know when I'm out there in the street stock that I definitely can feel the difference in the grip.
Absolutely. And, of course, a lot of these drivers used to the Indianapolis Speedrome, which there is no infield. It's all completely paved, so they can kind of go wherever they want to get around cars coming the other way. But here at Auburndale, go ahead. If you're in the grandstands, wave to the cameraman.
You guys have the best seat in the house tonight here in the grandstands, but a lot of people are tuning in on pitroad.tv. If you've not already subscribed, you will want to, because by the end of qualifying, that's going to be the only way to watch it, unless you've got a seat here in the grandstands. Matt, you've had the luxury to call quite a few figure 8 races over the years, and you know you've got a lot of experience in it. Last year, Will Greenwell and Tori came on down with the Indianapolis group, and so they weren't able to make it down this year, but it's good to have some experience. Yeah, good. They have a raffle going on down there as well tonight for the baseball team, local Auburndale baseball team. So that's what you're seeing there.
In the stands, wave to the crowd, wave to the crowd, wave to the camera, everybody.
We're back on down in the pit area with Frank Moniz. That's
all right, we're going to toss it on down to the man in the stands, Bobby Rowland.
Absolutely, guys. We have the Auburndale Lightning baseball team down here. And, y'all, let me tell you, some of these prizes that are on this raffle is, especially for my adults, we have a cooler, all right, slap full of all the 21 and over necessities. As my camera guy's coming right here. For those of you that are here, we need y'all to come down and get in on this raffle. There is all kinds of stuff on it. $3 gets you a ticket, and this helps Auburndale Lightning, the youth baseball team. For those of you that are not here, you can scan this and help these kids out. There it is. You can scan that, help these kids out. Also, you can go to their Facebook page, Auburndale Lightning Baseball, and get in on this raffle. You don't even have to be here to enter. But I'm telling you, some of this stuff that's on this table to help these kids out with this baseball team, you're going to want to be here, especially for the fans in the stands here tonight. Come on down, get a 50-50 ticket. You got to be in it to win it, and also help out the Auburndale Lightning baseball team. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Bobby. Once again, make sure you go back and check out that QR code if you are at home. If you're here at the track, make sure you check out the Auburndale Lightning raffle. Help these kids out. And we're going to take a good look at that QR code again here on camera. So anybody at home, make sure you pause the broadcast real quick, scan that QR code, and help these kids out here with the youth baseball program. Youth sports in America, something definitely worth supporting.
We still have a couple more cars that are just now passing through tech, so that's the little delay that we have here, Matt. But they've got to weigh them prior to qualifying, so just trying to get that buttoned up. And the folks out on the street are probably appreciative of that. We still have lines out on the road, Wrecker Highway, trying to run Caveville Avenue to pull in here to Auburndale Speedway. So it's good to have the crowd out here. Our flaggers are about to get into place as well. We've got a new flag stand, Matt. This is a piece of history. We want to share with everybody here. It came from East Bay Raceway Park, which closed down last year. So we've got the flag stand from there. So it's good to see that continue on.
Yep, flag stand from the legendary East Bay Raceway Park dirt track. There it is here on Pit Road TV. Dirt track, home to many great events. I spent many a night there when I first moved to the state of Florida. Unfortunate loss to the Florida short track world that we lost that track, but parts of it do continue to live on, including that flag stand here at Auburndale Speedway. Look at the lines coming into the Speedway. It's always good to see a packed house here at these local short tracks. It's no secret that across the country there's a lot of tracks that are really struggling, so seeing a line like this really helps us out here at Auburndale Speedway. We appreciate each and every one of you that come out here and spend your hard-earned money with us tonight and every Saturday night that we are here. We also want to thank everybody at home watching on pitrow.tv. Got kids out. Looks like we're playing catch here on the front stretch, getting ready for qualifying. Should be kicking off here in just a moment. As Steve mentioned, we've got the last couple of cars making their way through tech.
We've got quite a few Florida drivers in attendance as well with local classes. So we're going to see if we can try to keep that trophy in the state of Florida tonight. This is the pit side grandstands we're looking in on over there. It's a little empty right now because a lot of people are down with their drivers right now getting them buckled into the car, but you'll start to see that fill up later on for the...
And I tell you what, sometimes if there's action on the Speedway, it leads to action over there in that pit grandstand. All right, now we're going to throw it back to the man in the stands tonight, Mr. Bobby Rowland.
Race fans, what I have with me is I've got some free passes. So what I need my race fans to do that are here is I need you to go to Google. We got some free race passes. I need you to go to Google or Facebook, and I need you to leave us a review about tonight. Now, throughout the night, we're going to be checking, and the name that I pick on some of these, I have quite a few, we're going to get you some passes to come back to see. We got super late models in 2 weeks. Some of the baddest super late model drivers in the state of Florida are going to be here to go twin 50s around the quarter mile. So Facebook or Google reviews throughout the night, we are going to be scanning and give away these tickets. We got them. We want you to have them. You know what to do. Get it done.
Make sure you leave us a nice 5-star Google review there at Auburndale Speedway. Those reviews do help out local businesses. So Google reviews, it's one of the best ways to generate business these days. So make sure you leave us a nice 5-star review. Once again, stay a nice way for the crowd to the cameraman here up at the top. Let everybody at home know you're hanging out here and having a good time. Looks like we've got our flag man heading to his spot, which means we should be just about set and ready to go for qualifying here for the World Figure 8 Tour here at Auburndale Speedway. Official climbing up into the flag stand. What's something a little unique here about the Figure 8 here at Auburndale Speedway is our start-finish line is at the entrance to what would be oval number 4. Or the exit of turn 4. as opposed to on the straightaway through the X like it is at a lot of other places. But flagman getting set up and ready to go.
Speedy McCorderdale up in the flag stand, figure 8 flag stand over there. If you are tuning in on Facebook or Pit Road TV, you want to share with us where you're tuning in from, we are on X as well, formerly known as Twitter, _Dale Speedway, and you can use the hashtag World Figure 8. We'll check in to see where people are tuning in from here on the broadcast here. I'm sure we've got quite the viewers tuning in from Indianapolis area. They're pretty chilly up there right now. Jealous of our 68-degree temperature.
Yes, it is. My family's from Michigan. They're buried in the snow right now. So, yeah, and also a special hello to some folks across the pond. Stuart Cowie with Mad Cowie Productions, creator of the game Outlaw 8s. If you've got an Xbox, head on over to the Microsoft Store. You can download Outlaw 8s and race with these Outlaw Figure 8 drivers at Indianapolis Speedrome. Here at Auburndale Speedway, we're in that game, along with Showtime Speedway, Citrus County Speedway soon to be added, along with a bunch of other legendary Figure 8 tracks, Riverhead, Evergreen, Sportsdrome, and many more. Make sure you head on over and check those guys out. And I see cars moving down in the pit area.
Lights are coming on, scoreboard's coming on, sun's going down. Nothing better than that sight of the cars getting ready to come up over the hill.
Looks like we're getting set and ready to go. I can hear those engines rumbling over there in turn number 4. Moment we have all been waiting for here tonight at Auburndale Speedway. Getting set and ready to qualify for the World Figure 8 Tour, going 100 laps later on here tonight.
Crown Vics, we've got a bunch of them. We've decided to run the heat race for them as well tonight. 2 heat races, and the feature will be 30 laps later on after the Figure 8 race. So they always put on quite a show. The Crown Vic division is a division that's growing throughout the United States. It's kind of more of the entry-level division, more so than the mini stocks anymore. So.
Yep. Crown Vic's big old full-frame V8 rear-wheel drive cars. Great entry-level and low-budget style of racing for racers both young and old.
We do hear them firing up over turn 4. That's where entrance is onto the racetrack. That's actually one of the reasons why we don't run the figure 8s that direction, Matt, just to keep it a little bit safe at our entrance and onto the track area. We're going to jump on board one of the drivers.
That is Jeffrey Shackelford you're sitting on board with.
28 machine, Matt, as you said a couple years ago, had that thing set up to win. Look, they're rolling in front of them. That's a good sign. Shackelford is scheduled to roll off. Let's see where he's set to roll off. Oh, towards the end of the qualifying set.
Looks like we're running in reverse of practice time. So Jeffrey Shackelford was second quickest in practice, so he will be the next to last car to qualify here tonight. Jeffrey Shackelford had a hot rod last Saturday over at Showtime, and he's shown a lot of speed here today. So.
Oh, what else do we see over there, Matt? We see school buses.
School bus figure 8s. Always a crowd favorite, lots of destruction. We got a good field of those here tonight, and some of our wildest drivers going to be behind the wheel of those buses. And we will not let the K9 of Sean Moore and the Outlaw Figure 8 bus run with those guys.
I was going to say he might have a little bit of an advantage.
He might, but they also might. All right, if you're watching live on Facebook, go ahead and comment below. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for tonight here at Auburndale Speedway. So, once again, if you're watching live on Facebook, make sure you comment below. Let us know where you're watching from and tell us who you're cheering for tonight. Who's your pick to win here at Auburndale Speedway with the World Figure 8 Tour?
What if they were to just say Tunny? That'd be a pretty good pick there.
You got 4 chances there if you put the name Tunny in. So
you've got Tunny, you've got Shackelford, you've got a couple of our local drivers. Cody Stickler is fast in anything he gets behind the wheel of. You got a Van Meter, McLeod, Chucky Hearn making the trip on over as well. You see him in the picture there, and got the pink numbers on there now. The number 83, that was an all-black car earlier in practice. So, but it's fast. Chucky Hearn, one of our local drivers, another driver that'll get behind the wheel of anything. Preston Davis in 89. I think we have movement, Matt.
We do. Rolling out onto the speedway. First car to qualify. Driving the number 444 machine. Out of Weeki Wachi is Frank Mancease. Frank Mancease in the 444. It's his first time out to Auburndale Speedway with this car. one of our Florida locals. I know he's a regular over at Citrus County Speedway. We'll see what Frank can do here tonight in qualifying for the World Figure 8 Tour. Bringing that car down through the X. You'll see the green flag. Green flag is out for Frank Mancease.
At the 444 going through oval 2 and 1 on through to the X area.
Looks like he's sliding up the track just a little bit, having trouble getting it to turn. Through the center. Through 3 and 4. See what he's got here on lap number 1. 19.415. 19.415. The first lap time for Frank Mancease in the 444.
A little bit of work to do to pick it up a little bit here. Want to be down in the 16-second bracket.
That's where the top guys were in practice. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Frank Mancease. Across the line, he'll slow down to a 19.456. So still with some work to do in the 444 as he's way up the track in oval 1 and 2. Rolling on that front tire down through the X. Still, Frank was a late arrival today, late entry, so we're still chasing the setup on this machine as he'll take the checkered flag. 19.333. 19.333 going to be the last lap time there for Frank Mancease in the 444, so he's going to take that car back behind the wall.
Looks like we're going to go 1 car at a time, 3 laps is what appears to be the...
Rolling out next onto the Speedway, driving the Hound Hauler. This is the Wolfhound Woodworking, Nature Coast Towing LLC, Leadfoot Race Products, number K9. Out of Pinellas Park is Sean Moore. Sean Moore in the K9. Sean Moore, one of our local drivers. Sean Moore driving the bus here tonight. This car made waves when they debuted it in the 3-hour up at Indianapolis Speedrome a couple years ago. It's been around the Florida tracks here for a while. Sean Senakosov has driven this car along with Cody Williams. Green flag is in the air for Sean Moore, who's wheeling it tonight. Sean Moore told me a couple years ago, back when I was working at another racetrack, and he got thrown into a Crown Vic figure race, that he didn't like figure eight at all. It wasn't really his thing. And now, that's all he races. See what he's got here on lap number 1 across the stripe. 19.317. 19.317 first lap time for Sean Moore in the K9. That's top of the board, fastest of the 2 so far. Bringing the bus down through the X.
Coming around here for lap number 2. White flag in the air for his final qualifying lap. 18.638 that time by.
18.638 breaks the 18-second bracket. Fastest of 2 so far. Sean Moore, going to try and take the field to school tonight in the school bus. So see the checkered flag this time by. See what he can do on his final lap of qualifying. Picks it up, 18.022. 18.022 going to be the lap of record for Sean Moore.
Going to take the K9 over the hill on the back stretch here. Going to send our next car on out.
Rolling out next onto the Speedway is going to be, I see him rolling, there he is, driving the Hearn Motorsports, number 83. Out of Homosassa, Florida is Chucky Hearn. Chucky Hearn in the 83. Chucky Hearn, another one of our locals. He picked up the big 4th of July figure 8 winner back in 2022 over at Showtime, along with a number of feature wins throughout the area. Got that all-black machine, threw some nice pink numbers on it. He'll see the green flag, start his qualifying attempt.
The Hearn family's always fast in the Pro Figure 8. Scott Neil Hearn, his brother, in 13 usually.
Chucky Hearn down through the X. See what he's got here on lap number 1. We're chasing an 18.022 laid down by the K9 of Sean Moore. Across the stripe, top of the board for Chucky Hearn, 17.833. 17.833 for Chucky Hearn as he swings wide through oval 1 and 2. Down through the X here on lap number 2. See if he can pick up any speed here on his second qualifying lap. Across the stripe, slows down to a 17.970. Chucky Hearn trying to pick up here on lap number 3. Well, looks like we're already starting to lose the tape number on the one side there. Blowing his own doors off here in qualifying, and across the stripe. Picks it up, 17.478. 17.478, top of the board for Chucky Hearn. Once again, if you're tuning in live on Facebook, know that after qualifying, you're going to need to subscribe to pitrow.tv to watch the rest of tonight's race in action. And make sure you comment below. Let us know where you're watching from, and let us know who you're rooting for tonight with the World Figure 8 Tour here at Auburndale Speedway. Next out onto the Speedway is another one of our local heroes. Driving the PB of Central Florida, Kiddo Equipment, Totem All Transport, number 04. Out of Winter Haven is Jimmy McLeod. Jimmy McLeod in the 04. Jimmy McLeod got a lot of wins here at Auburndale Speedway running Crown Vics. He's new to the pro figure 8 world. We've seen him in a school bus a number of times, though. Jimmy had this car out for the Winter Storm Series last year. See if he's able to pick up where he left off in 2024. So he'll see the green flag to start his qualifying attempt.
Going on through the X. We do have people tuning in on Facebook. Jim McLeod sideways. We're just trying to get some heat in those American Racer tires. Even though we're a little bit warmer down here in Florida, the track temperature is starting to cool already.
18.635 first lap time for Jimmy McLeod. That puts him third quick of 4 so far. So Jimmy McLeod with some work to do here on qualifying lap number 2.
Timmy Pemberton tuning in from pitroad.tv on Facebook, watching from Lakeland for Preston Davis. Going Preston Davis.
18.006, the second lap time for Jimmy McLeod. That's second quick, chasing that 17.478 laid down by Chucky Hearn. Jimmy McLeod going to take it through turn 3 and 4. He'll see the checkered flag this time by across the line. Takes it up to a 17.759. Still going to land him second quick for Jimmy McLeod in the 04.
A couple people tune in from Indianapolis. Chris Johnson and Jerry Goley pulling for Ben Tunny and Troy Hughes. Some good picks there.
Next car rolling out onto the Speedway. This is a driver who won 2 of the 3 Winter Storm Series events here last season. They were struggling in practice today. Driving the Southern Indiana Barnes, Maston and Kane Warehousing, Lantern Motors, Grand Air Heating and Cooling, Van Dorn Racing Development, Hart's Auto Center, Norton Transport, Edco Welding, number 23 out of Indianapolis, Indiana is Eddie Van Meter. Eddie Van Meter in the 23. He'll take the green flag this time by. They had the whole rear end on this car tore apart. Steve changing out shocks and everything earlier this afternoon, trying to get the setup to work for him. Eddie Van Meter has got 2 wins over at Showtime in the Southern World Finals.
Let's see what he has for lap number 1 here.
Third quick for Eddie Van Meter, 18.015. So they're still chasing the setup on that thing. Eddie Van Meter with some work to do here. Veteran figure 8 racer. See what he's got here on lap number 2. Across the line. Picks it up to a 17.872. That's still third quick for Eddie Van Meter. See if he can pick up here on the last lap of qualifying.
Beautiful number 23 out there coming to the checker flag. Let's see what the final lap is, Matt. Top of the board.
17.129. Top of the board. Fastest of the 5 so far for the 23 of Eddie Van Meter. Rolling out next onto the Speedway. Driving the Elite Outdoors. Indy's Best Towing. Moose Welding. Kelly Landscaping. Van Hog Roofing. Two Little B's Auto Parts. Bob Higgins Transmission. St. John's Signs and Designs. Number 22. Out of Greenwood, Indiana is Troy Hughes. Troy Hughes in the 22 machine.
Not only did they bring the Pro Figure 8, they brought a Crown Vic all the way from Indianapolis.
Absolutely. You will see another Hughes in that number 0 Crown Vic later on tonight. Green flag for Troy Hughes. Troy Hughes picked up the win in 2024 in the Southern World Finals. Looking to add Auburndale Speedway to his list of wins in his resume. Chasing a 17.129 laid down by the 23 of Eddie Van Meter. Let's see what Troy Hughes can do on lap number 1. Fourth quick, 17.861. 17.861 for Troy Hughes. Looking number 22 machine down through the X and into oval 3 and 4. Let's see what he's got here on lap number 2. Second quick, 17.406. 17.406. Second quick for Troy Hughes on lap number 2. Chasing a 17.129 laid down by the 23 of Eddie Van Meter. Down through the X.
Lap number 3 is usually the heater lap, Matt. Let's see what he has.
Top of the board, 16.803. 16.803 for Troy Hughes. First car into the 16s here tonight at Auburndale Speedway. So fast time for Troy Hughes in the 22. Rolling out next out of the Speedway, I believe we've got another one of our Florida locals. Driving the Davis Grading, Gullet Roofing, Bauer Equipment, Broken Pour, Warehouse Flooring and Design. Number 89 out of Polk City is Preston Davis. Preston Davis in the 89. Preston Davis, one of our local drivers. He's had some good runs in the past against these Indiana boys.
He's looking for redemption from last year, though.
Yeah, Preston Davis rolling that number 89 machine. Too fat to fly across the back of that number 89 car. Let's see what we can do here on lap number 1. Across the stripe. Third quick, 17.465. Looking quick for Preston Davis in the 89. He said they actually had to put a whole new front clip on this car after they got in a wreck in this race last year. It's also the last time Preston was behind the wheel of one of these Outlaw Figure 8 cars. Shaking the rust off today across the stripe. Still third quick, 17.266, 17.266. Third quick for Preston Davis. See if we can pick up here on his final qualifying lap.
Preston also a new dad, so a youngster, but still able to go out here and have fun.
Across the line. He slows down, 17.839, so 17.266, the lap record for the 89 of Preston Davis. Third quick of 7 so far here tonight.
So I think, well, we've got the 16.803 that's time to beat right now. It's going to take a 16.6 or 5, I'm thinking, Matt.
Next out onto the Speedway, driving the Tunny's third turn performance, VK Indy Smoke Shop, Hadley Towing, Shuffett Snappa Auto Care, 5-Star Race Cars, ICA Dumpsters, number 5. Out of Indianapolis, Indiana, it's Ben Tunny. Ben Tunny in the 5. Tunny sees the green flag to start his qualifying attempt. Ben Tunny has 4 Indianapolis 3-hour victories to his resume. He's also a 2-time winner of the Southern World Finals. Ben Tunny, always tough to beat in that number 5 machine. Let's see what he could do here on lap number 1. Sixth quick, 17.931, 17.931. Sixth quick on lap number 1. Ben Tunny will try and pick up here on lap number 2. Down through the X. Off of turn number 4, he'll see the white flag this time by. Tunny backing out of it. Something must be amiss with that number 5 car as he rolls out of the throttle. Spent a lot of time on the scales with that 5 car the last couple of days, so still chasing something with this car, but looks like he's throttled it back up. Going to take it across the line. 21.797, so 17.729, the lap record for Ben Tunny. That lands him 5th quick on the board. Some uncharacteristic struggles from the number 5 team here tonight. Next out onto the Speedway. Driving the Polk Brothers Racing, Hadley Towing, Shuffett Snappa Auto Care Center, number 7. Out of Greenwood, Indiana is Austin Tunny. Austin Tunny in the 7. Glad to see Austin make it out here. He was at Showtime last Saturday and lost a motor in practice. Glad to see this car put back together. He's come run with us tonight here at Auburndale. Green flag is out for Austin Tunny.
Nice looking yellow machine making his way through turn 2 and 1, now through the X.
Tunny clan always tough to beat in these figure 8 races. We'll see what he's got here on lap number 1. 4th quick, 17.466, 17.466. 4th quick for Austin Tunny on lap number 1. Around through oval 1 and 2, down through the X into 3 and 4. See what he can do here on lap number 2. White flag is out across the line. Third quick, 17.152, 17.152. Third quick for Austin Tunny.
He's on the money lap now, though, Matt. See what he has as he's going down through the X right now. See what he has coming off of turn 3 and 4.
Here comes Austin Tunny to the checkered flag across the line. He'll slow down on his final. Oh. Third quick. Oh, there we go. Timing and scoring updates. Second quick, 16.833, 16.833. Second quick for Austin Tunny in the 7. Rolling out next onto the Speedway. Driving the Breedlove Automotive, Hadley Towing, Hoosier Aquatic Care, Marion Madams Flooring Company, number 57. Out of Indianapolis, Indiana, it's the Outlaw, Jesse Tunny. Jesse Tunny in the 57.
Really working on getting some heat in those American Racer tires before he gets the green flag over here from Speedy.
Absolutely, green flag is out for Austin Tunny. Everyone's still chasing that 16.803 laid down by the 22 of Troy Hughes. So far, Troy Hughes and Austin Tunny, the only cars in the 16-second bracket tonight here at Auburndale Speedway in qualifying. See what Jesse Tunney's got here on his first qualifying lap. Fourth quick, 17.201. So fourth quick for Jesse Tunney on lap number 1. The Outlaw bringing it down through the X. We'll see what he's got here on lap number 2. Lap number 3. Checkered flag is out. Top of the board, Jesse Tunney, 16.779. 16.779, fast time for the Outlaw, Jesse Tunney.
Set the bar high with that number 57, but as we alluded to earlier, Matt, we're reverse on practice time, so essentially it should get just a little bit faster. I'm thinking we're going to see the 16.6 bracket here momentarily.
Next car out onto the Speedway. Driving the Polk Brothers Racing, SNS Property Maintenance, Hoosier Water, B&R Racing Engines. Number 3D out of Indianapolis, Indiana, it's the Bull, Steve Durham. Steve Durham in the 3D. Steve Durham is your track record holder here at Auburndale Speedway. He was fast qualifier last year. Looking to back it up here tonight as he takes the green flag. I talked to Steve earlier on Facebook Live. He said, there's some other guys out here that are looking pretty quick, but he feels pretty good tonight. He said, in these figure 8 races, you can't really save your stuff anymore. You kind of just got to go hard out from the beginning. See what he's got on lap number 1. Sixth quick, 17.266, 17.266. Sixth quick for Steve Durham in the 3D.
It's fun to watch the veterans like Steve Durham and Mark Tunney as the laps go on later during the race. They find different lines to work and to try to find different speed.
Across the line, third quick for the Bull, 16.845, 16.845, third quick for Steve Durham. It looks like he's going to shut her down here on his final qualifying lap. Decided that's all there is and there ain't no more, so going to shut it off, and he'll head pit side. Next car coming out onto the Speedway. Only one time in history has a Florida driver beaten the Tunnies and the rest of the Indiana boys. This was the driver that did it. Driving the Speedway Auto Sales, Peckerheads, Tree and Environmental, Rocket Red Race Cars, DE Moth Construction, Hollywood Pools, number 46. It's the Pinellas Park bad boy, Cody Stickler. Cody Stickler in the 46. Cody Stickler was third quick in practice, the fastest of all the Florida drivers as he takes the green flag.
Got that RRD machine. Trying to get the power down. Here as he goes down through the X.
Stuck a wheel off in the dirt. Park, of course, here with these Outlaw Figure 8s to see what he's got here on lap number 1. Fifth quick on lap number 1. 16.933. 16.933, the first lap time for Cody Stickler in the 46. He brings her down through the X to see what he can pick up here on lap number 2. This car looks awful fast. We'll see the white flag this time by. He actually slows down, 17.201, so Cody Stickler with one more lap to try and pick it up. Slideways going into oval 3 and 4. And he keeps his foot in it across the stripe. Fifth quick going to be Cody Stickler, 16.933. His first lap was the fastest. Fifth quick on the board.
Out there drifting.
Cody Stickler.
I believe the next car up is one of the ones I want to watch here, Matt. Yeah.
He is driving the Jockish Flowers third turn performance. One more lounge. Number 28S. Out of Clayton, Indiana is Jeffrey Shackelford. Jeffrey Shackelford in the number 28.
He was finding a lot of speed there last night in that number 20 machine and earlier today in practice. Finding the shortest distance around the Auburndale Speedway figure 8 course.
Riding on board here with Jeffrey Shackelford on Pit Road TV as he takes the green flag. Sends it down through the X. So he's holding onto the wheel with one hand and the roll cage with the other. Shackelford way high. Something not right on that first lap for that 28 car. He brings it around. Let's see the white flag, or see what he can do here on lap number 1. 21.052. Shackelford trying to gather it back up. Down through the X. Looks like he's got her back together. Through oval 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag. Big pickup, 17.642, 17.642, ninth quick for Jeffrey Shackelford. He's all up on the wheel, trying to make up for lost time here in qualifying. Transferring the weight through the dirt into oval 3 and 4, kicks the back end out across the stripe. Fourth quick, 16.867, 16.867, fourth quick for Jeffrey Shackelford. Shackelford backing it down. We'll take her back behind the wall. We got one more car left to qualify here tonight. And those of you who know anything about figure eight racing, you know who it is. We're on board with them here. Firing it up, heading out onto the Speedway. Driving the Shuffet's Napa Auto Care, Tunny's Auto Service, One Way Auto Parts, Royal Purple, Edco Welding. Number 3T out of Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the marksman, Mark Tunny in the 3T. Mark Tunny, a 6-time winner of the Southern World Finals and a 4-time and defending winner of the Speedrome 3-hour. He'll see the green flag. He's also the defending winner of this race, picking up the win in 2024. Mark Tunny down through the X. Let's see what he's got here on lap number 1. Across the line, 16.995, 16.995, seventh quick for Mark Tunny on his first qualifying lap. Mark Tunny, one of those guys that's real good about saving his stuff and having the speed at the end of these races. See what he's got here on lap number 2 as he takes the white flag. Slows down to a 17.193. Mark Tunny going to need to pick up here on his final qualifying lap. Turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air for Mark Tunny. Second quick, 16.802, 16.802. Second quick for Mark Tunny in the 3T.
Giving us a Tunny front row. Jesse Tunny setting fast time with a 16.779. Mark Tunny will be second with a 16.802. Troy Hughes third with a 16.803. Steve Durham fourth with a 16.845. Jeffrey Shackelford clocked in at 5th with a 16.867. Going through the rest of the field here, Austin Tunny is 6th with a 16.883. Cody Stickler 7th. Eddie Van Meter, number 23 machine 8th. Preston Davis 9th. Chucky Kern 10th. Ben Tunny 11th. Jimmy McLeod 12th. Sean Moore 13th. And Frank Moniz rounds out the field for our field, going 100 laps later on tonight.
All right, race fans, if you're watching live on Facebook, we are going to wrap up the live looking, so make sure head over to pitrow.tv, see it down there in the bottom of your frame, and subscribe to Pit Road TV to watch tonight's World Figure 8 Tour 100 lapper from here at Auburndale Speedway. We appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you head on over to pitrow.tv and get signed up to watch the rest of tonight's racing action.
We are just a couple minutes away from our invocation, followed by national anthem. We're going to bring the Crown Vics out for their heat race number 1.
Absolutely. Once again, we want to thank everybody for coming out here at Auburndale Speedway. Thank everybody tuning in. Appreciate you spending your Saturday night with us here at the Bull Ring. And we're going to go ahead here and toss it down to my man in the stands tonight, Mr. Bobby Rowland.
Race fans, what'd y'all think about qualifying? Nah, come on, race fans. We want to hear a little bit more than that. Auburndale Speedway, what'd y'all think about the Outlaw Figure 8 qualifying? What we've got tonight, I'm telling you, just look around, Auburndale. We have packed the stand.